That's the only way you're going to be able to run high tests. Nobody runs a gram, 1,500 milligrams of test with a fucking 2 milligrams of 8X a week. That's not going to cut it. All right? That's why you guys are having issues. What's up, everybody? It's Jordan back with another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about what I did in the past to keep my estrogen at bay when running like 2-3 grams of gear, 700 tren, fucking a gram of tren, anything like that, okay? Because people have been asking me, well, how do you run your tests that high? Who's able to run the tests that high? I can't even run 200 mgs, right? So I'm going to go into detail. All right, now the majority of people saying that they cannot run high tests is because they're not taking an AI, right? They're not reducing their estrogen. They're trying to run a gram of test, gram of EQ, 700 tren, with no fucking AI or an AI twice a week, all right? That's bullshit, right? You're not gonna, if you're gonna wanna run those high dosages, you gotta take an AI daily, right? It's not like when you're running fucking half a gram of gear or 700 tests, right? You're running 3 compounds at high dosages, right? Even EQ at a gram is not gonna fix your estrogen, all right? It didn't fix mine. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what I did. If anybody out there is running over a gram of gear, you should always have, and really anybody, should always have letrozole on hand. All right, now letrozole is another type of AI, okay, but it will get rid of 98% of your estrogen. Arimidex, Aromacin, it's like 85 to 93% or something like that after 2 weeks. It's in that range, so you know, you scientific fucks want to go look it up and talk shit, it's somewhere in that range. Okay, now Letro will kill almost all your fucking estrogen. Okay, so whenever I ramped up my cycle, whenever I added tren in, I add tren in at 500, I add it in at 700. All right, I add test in, I'm at 750 tests, I want to ramp it up to a gram. I want to ramp up my EQ to a gram, 750, all right? So what would I do? Okay, now for me, I would take letrozole for the first 10 to 14 days that I made changes to my cycle. If it was a minor change, just one compound, like upping, you know, test from 750 to a gram, but I left everything else the same, you know, I probably wouldn't run it. It just depends how you're feeling. You got to see and dictate what the sides are when you do increase, right? You'll learn more about your body. The more often you increase, the more you ramp up your dosages. Okay, so letrozole, all right, I take it for the first 10 to 14 days. 2 days before stopping, I add in Arimidex or Aromacin. I prefer Aromacin because it's healthier on the lipids. I add it in 2 days before. I stop the Letro, and then I continue on with my Aromacin daily. If you're running 3 grams of gear, you want to be taking an AI every day. All right, not fucking twice a week, not fucking once a week, every day. All right, that's the only way you're going to keep your estrogen at bay. And even then, it might not be able to do it, right? You still might be able to, or you still might have to add in letrozole, you know, a couple times throughout the cycle. Okay, now we can't get blood work every 2 weeks. So people that will say to me, well, why don't you just go get blood work, right? Why don't you get blood work? But we can't do it every 2 weeks. That's retarded, right? Nobody's going to be able to do it that often. Right, every 12 weeks is enough. So in that period in between, right, you want to be able to fucking have something like Letro on hand in case something happens, in case you do get nipple sensitivity, you know, estrogenic sides. Okay, now as far as prolactin's concerned, unless you got shit coming out your nipples, you're lactating, there's no need to run Caber or Prami. You don't want to run those if you don't have to. It's not like taking an AI, right? Those have more side effects. In my opinion, those are worse for you. All right, so you don't, unless you're lactating or your blood work shows your prolactin's through the roof, right? You don't want to take that. Or if you run Letro, you fucking take that for a month and you're still seeing gyno sensitivity or nipple sensitivity. Might be something to look into prolactin, but for most people, they don't need it. They're not lactating. All right, so whenever, again, I ramped up my cycle, that's what I would do, and it worked perfectly. All right, and you know, we're not going to get blood work every 2 weeks, right? It's too, you know, some people got to pay for it. It's not like Canada, and even in Canada where it's free, I will not go to the doctor every 2 weeks. Okay, so that's what you got to do. You got to ramp up the AI, get blood work, right? I ran an AI for 6 years. Get blood work, check your shit, That's the only way you're going to be able to run high tests. Nobody runs a gram, 1,500 milligrams of test with a fucking 2 milligrams of 8X a week. That's not going to cut it. All right? That's why you guys are having issues. Okay? And then running your test low and running your tren at fucking a gram or your fucking primo at a gram, that's not a healthy way to do a cycle. Now, some people may be fine with low test, high tren, low fucking test, high, whatever, deca. The majority will not, all right? They will not feel good. They will not have, mentally, it will cause more side effects. You'll feel worse mentally, your mental health, all right? That's for most people, okay? And if you are gonna run your tests lower, it's gonna be above a TRT dose, right? It's gonna be above 250. I don't agree with these guys running 250 tests, 700 tren. If you're running 500 tests, 700 tren, 500 tests, or 400 tests, fucking 600 deca, that makes more sense to me, right? But do not run your tests fucking crazy low. I've seen it through multiple clients. I've tried it myself, right? Even when I sold gear, most people don't respond well like that. All right, so get some letrozole, do that, right? And have it on hand. You'll make sure your gyno stays at, like, for the amount of shit I ran, right? My gyno is very minimal, very, very minimal, right? Because I took an AI. Right? That's what you need to do, okay? And that's how you'll be able to run those high doses. And if you fucking get up there with 3 grams of gear, you're taking letro daily and it's not helping, you still get nipple sensitivity, right? I would look into the letro. Is the letro fake? Or maybe even with letro, you may need to drop your doses down, right? But most people are still able to run those dosages. Just add the AI in. All right, so that's the video. That's all I have to say. My new my Discord, new Instagram, TikTok, all that shit's down below. I appreciate all the support, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.